My name's Margaret Swift. I'm a registered nurse and I live in West Tyrone. But the trust that I work for, very much so, is involved in this here. First of all, I want to say a thank you and a no thank you. It has taken absolute strike action for our lazy politicians here to get off, and I'm going to say their asses and do something. Nurses, this is not something that's just happened in 2014. This has come back to 2005 from the agenda for change, and nobody seems to want to address it. Sean's absolutely right, I do agree with him from the point of view of the block grant. Our block grant is getting smaller and smaller and smaller every day. We're told all the time from the Tory government, and indeed from our own MLAs and MPs, we get 8% more here in the 6 counties, 8% more capita per head of population. And the reason why our block grant is getting smaller and smaller and smaller is because our main big political parties have this additional cash to spend. It's actually IOUs, it's payday loans, and that's all coming off our block grant. So therefore, and I look back to when, the St Andrews Agreement, the Stormont House Agreement, the Fresh Start Agreement, there wasn't one mention of health or extra investment in health. And this has gone back to 2005, and it's okay cracking the whip now to say Jim Wells broke parity of pay. You all broke parity of pay because the Health Committee sat along and voted that through and allowed it to go through. It's cross-party. And for politicians, last Friday I actually sat in tears at the television when the Chief Executive of Belfast City Trust, Martin Dillon, sat back and basically tried to turn the public on nurses. People who are sitting on half the wage, less than half the wage, than our MLAs who have been on strike for 3 years and getting paid. Absolute strike action. And on top of that, we're getting £65,000 a year of expenses nearly. I have to pay for my own petrol. I am the working poor, I am a nurse, and you would think a person with a 3rd level education, a first class honours degree, working fingers to the bone, that I've actually made myself sick. I'm off sick now at work at the moment, and I'll go down to half pay because I can't go back to work soon enough. And these people up here are sitting 3 years later on full pay, albeit a little bit taken off. I think it's very rich for our politicians to stand there. Not one of you. Normally the great offended take to Twitter and take to everyone else, and I'm sorry I sound very cross, but I find it so hypocritical. Absolutely hypocritical. I know who the people who work for the people on the ground are. It's the likes of Anne McCluskey, who's been an activist all her life. It's the likes of Sean Harkin, who has been an activist all his life. And I know how hard Niall McCallion works to get people on the ground, just to back it, because our politicians are so divorced. They have the political elite spinning for them. They are divorced from working class people. And to stand on picket lines and say we support nurses, I am really, really sorry. I don't believe you. I really don't believe you, because you know what you're going to do? You're going to go to Westminster and ask for another IOU, and the next time there's a cut, who's going to be hit? It's the nurses. And incidentally, it's this new wave of feminism. We are predominantly a female-driven profession. 95% of our workforce is females, and I haven't heard anyone talk about the rights of women. We are women, we are mothers, we are whatever you want to be, and we have no work-life balance. So how are you going to redress the rights and wrongs of 20 years of misgovernment and mismanagement and misspend? Because let me tell you, our money for parity of pay was available in the block grant, and where did it go to? Because do you know what? We've had scandal after scandal up in Stormont. Are we going to see another scandal? Where has our health budget went to?